Okay, it's time to come clean on my EV truck. Here's the comment demanding it all be exposed. All the facts that I've been covering up about Thor and Igor, my EV trucks. It reads, how much did Ford pay this guy? His fake truck videos cover up all the facts. 1. Cost of electric connection to this guy's house to accommodate charging. 2. Cost for new batteries for the thing after 100,000 kilometers. 3. Cost for tires that wear out too fast due to the insane weight of EVs. 4. Cost of repairs and maintenance if you can even find a repair shop that can take care of an EV truck. Cost for the crazy insurance because everyone knows that the insurance companies are even starting to refuse to insure some EVs. 6. Cost of accelerated depreciation as the value of EV trucks plummets. 7. Cost of towing in northern Canada when the battery goes dead in the cold. And 8. Cost for the time spent waiting for your vehicle to charge up. Tell the truth, snowflake.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
What choice do I have but to answer every single one of these 8 points that I've been concealing? The bigger question will be, once I do, who'll have the most trouble handling the truth? Well, let's get right into my misleading information that I've been feeding through my channel. Let's first start at number 1, the cost of the electrical connection to my house. Currently, it's nothing. It's nothing at all. Why? We moved from the house in the Kootenays, as many of my trucked up guys and gals know, and we bought an older place in the city. Quite an old house, actually. The bad news is the house electrical is so outdated and needs to be upgraded to 200 amps. That has to be done regardless of what we drive because of the home insurance perspective and because we can't install our heat pumps that we've ordered without the upgrade. But in the meantime, we don't even care about our EVs hooking up because both my wife and I charge our 2 EVs off a regular 110 outlet. Being that we now live in a small city, we drive so much less than before, and my truck can go weeks before I need to charge it. In fact, since getting home from my Canada-wide trucked up coffee stop tour, there's a whole bunch of episodes that'll be popping up like popcorn all the way through this video as it progresses. I have driven less than 100 kilometers in the entire month. My wife is using her car even less. She's so active that she's often walking to everything. So our need to charge has dropped close to nil. But that doesn't help satisfy the fudchuckers, so I thought I would round up what it cost me to hook up our first level 2 charging outlet for Igor, my first XLT Lightning back in the Kootenays last year. And I dug up the receipt for the install from the actual electrician. Here it is. As you can see, the total parts and labor with tax cost me $619 Canadian, or about $450 US. That's it. My Ford Level 2 charger for the truck came with it, so I didn't need to buy one. And my wife's Bolt came with a Level 2 charger with it for free. But still, let's just assume that we did have to buy one, and we had to get a good one. The average person would be looking at about $500 Canadian, or around $350. That's one that, it can be outside, it can snow, monsoon, you can pee on it. Well, don't pee on it. I don't know what would happen if you pee on it. But anyway, the good news is that today, all of this can be offset entirely in our region, and I'm only speaking from my region, possibly in yours, because our private utility is offering up to 100% of the entire cost of the level 2 home charger. Ford is also now offering, now only in the United States, we Canadians don't get this, which is a real bugger, but in the States, they're offering a free level 2 charger and the cost of the electrical install of the NEMA 1450 plug. So again, the costs are either small or nothing. Number 2, have I really misled you about my batteries and what's going to happen? Because, you know, the cost for new batteries for this thing after 100,000 kilometers when they fail, I believe was the comment. Ooh, they called out the truth. Okay, you caught me. What a mentally challenged asshat. Batteries are failing all over the globe and bankrupting customers after owning their vehicles for like a year. Yeah, no. There's nothing to call out here, people. This is a triple patty, nothing fud burger with multiple layers of overly ripe cheese. Other than the sheer stupidity of fud chuckers trying to make this thing a thing, my Lightning Flash has an extended warranty that I bought, but just the standard warranty is 8 years or 160,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles. Please find me an internal combustion engine vehicle with a comparable warranty, please. But because of my extended warranty, I'm covered for something like 200,000 kilometers or 125,000 miles on the whole stinking truck. So yeah, just my warranty lasts longer than many internal combustion transmissions and engines will in their lifetime. But let's just say that my battery has a problem after that, which, based on the most recent peer-reviewed and verified data that shows batteries are now lasting 30 to 40% longer than originally anticipated by the manufacturer and the OEMs, I've linked that study below. The pack in my Lightning is modular. So yeah, I've been pulling the wool over your eyes. I've been misleading you about the sneaking costs of hundreds of thousands of dollars in battery replacement. But the Lightning is modular, which means that I would only have to replace the faulty module. This is also the case for GM. They're modular with the Ultium batteries. They're fantastic, along with sister vehicles that they're making like the Honda Prologue. In fact, I think Ram is going to take the same approach because it just makes sense. Furthermore, the price of batteries is plummeting. If and when I would ever need to replace the module or even the full pack, I can expect the price to be a fraction of what it is today. Here's the other one. Are you ready? The cost for tires that wear out too fast due to EV trucks' insane weight. Yeah, you got me. I just got back from almost 25,000 kilometer trip and the vanishing tire syndrome. I forgot to mention that on my trip across Canada because my tires disintegrated into oblivion. And I've gone through 3 sets already. Actually, no, I'm completely bullshitting you, of course. But hey, you know what we can do? Let's take the original OEM tires that are on my truck right now after driving almost 25,000 kilometers, and we head on into a tire shop and just say, hey, how's the rubber looking on my tires? I'm leading you astray, so we should check in with a tire expert, an independent person, so I can't mislead you anymore. Let's go ask them. We're at 26,538 kilometers in 3 months of ownership. By any standard, that is a huge amount of mileage. I am here at Integra Tire in Trail, BC. These guys are awesome. The reason that we've come out here is, number one, they're independent. They have an incredibly high rating, very professional, known in the community for a very high level of professionalism. They're going to give us an honest opinion about the state of these tires. We're not going to go over to a Ford dealership, which is just right across the street, my favorite Ford dealership that I actually bought this from. But then I'll get all the fudsters saying, well, of course Ford's going to say there's no tire wear because they want to sell more Lightnings. So we're not going to go to a Ford dealership. We're going to an independent tire company, and they're going to come out, measure the tires, do a full honest assessment on how well these have done after driving almost 27,000 kilometers in less than 3 months, which is nuts. Let's take a look. I've got Ben here, the manager. All we're gonna do is just kind of take a look. How do you check to make sure a tire is still, worthy of driving or needs to be replaced? What are you looking at?
So the first thing I noticed is that there is a little bit of edge wear.
Right.
It's nothing to be concerned about, but that could just be from alignment or, cornering fast. And I know they are fast trucks.
Right.
The main meat of the tread is still really good.
Okay.
I did look up these tires. They come with 11/32 stock.
Okay.
These ones have just under 8. Well, just above 8. Just
above 8.
8.5.
From 11/32. So
yeah.
That's 75% of the tread still there.
At least, yeah. And then the front ones.
Okay. So after almost 27,000 kilometers, how is 75% tread?
That's pretty damn good. For a factory tire, that's damn good even for an electric. Like, you wouldn't even see that out of a gas vehicle. So.
Wow. Okay. So the only thing that I'm seeing is because of all the cornering and heavy highway driving is I've had a little bit of side wear a bit.
Yeah, and it's
but
nothing to worry about.
Nothing more than ordinary for an electric truck. But I do have a little bit of wear here. But as far as the tread itself is concerned, way better than probably expected.
Yeah, I don't see any concerns here between electric or gas. This is typical wear for anything at this
Wow.
many
Okay. So
kilometers,
for a factory tire, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Very impressive.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, so they're not disintegrating.
No.
Because according to the comment that we're replying to, these are disintegrating. So basically, I'm getting about the same wear as I would out of any pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Now that that's taken care of, what about that rubber then in my EV weight destroying the roads of America? EVs aren't paying their way. They're wearing down the highways as we drive. Yeah, no, that's a pile of hog feces as well. This steaming FUD pile is coming from the same guys with big black burnout streaks running a mile down their street in front of their car garage from doing brake stands and racing their V8s. Yeah. Those guys. They're worried about tire wear? You mean the guys with the Ram 2500 series with the Cummins that weighs more than any EV on the road other than the Hummer? That guy? In fact, on that note, would you like to take a look at all the ICE vehicles on the road in 2024 that are coming off the lots that weigh more than my wife's Chevy Bolt? Oh, that's not fair, the FUD chuckers say. You've got to look to the Bolt to compare. But have you noticed it in every one of their little FUD studies? They're always comparing EV SUV weights to internal combustion engine sedans. Isn't that the same? Okay, but to be fair, because I'm misleading you, I'm finally being exposed for the truth. I gotta be fair about this, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see what weighs at or more than every F-150 Lightning, from the Pro to the Platinum, both standard and extended range. Ready? Audi Q7, Audi Q8, BMW X5, BMW X7, every single Bentley, every single Cadillac Escalade, Silverado 2500, Silverado 3500, 4500, 5500, Chevrolet Express passenger van, Chevrolet Suburban, Chevrolet Tahoe, Chevrolet Traverse, every frickin' Dodge Durango, Ford Expedition, Ford F-250, Ford F-350, Ford F-450, Ford F-550, Ford Transit Cargo, Ford Transit passenger van, GMC Sierra 2500 series, 3500 series, 4500 series, 5500 series, 6500 series, GM Yukon, Infiniti QX80, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, Land Rover Defender, Discovery Range Rover, Lexus LX 570, Lincoln Navigator, every Mercedes GL class that you can get your grubby little hands on, Nissan Armada, MVP, and the Nissan Titan, along with the Toyota Tundra. Yeah! If weight causes tires to wear down, then most of the most popular SUVs and trucks on the road today are more of a threat than any EV sold today. Next, the cost for repairs and maintenance, if you could ever find a repair shop. Well, it just so happens that I don't need one because I have 80% less parts than an internal combustion vehicle. I won't have to worry very much, will I? Especially when there is almost zero maintenance, zero brake wear, or things to go wrong compared to a gas or diesel. But it just so happens that every single Ford and GM dealership that sells EVs has an EV trained tech on staff. So again, a big steaming pile of FUD that has absolutely no bearing on reality. And remember that warranty that I've got? Yeah, there's that. So guess what? I don't have to worry about it. Neither do you, neither does anybody else. Thank you and good night. Oh, hold on, we've got more. In fact, with my once annual scheduled maintenance visit, I had my windshield wiper fluid checked. It was half full, so they added some. We were quite concerned. Maybe there could have been a leak. Oh, but no, it rained and then I got mud on the window. So no, I think I actually used the windshield wiper fluid and it doesn't seem to be a problem. And then I had my tires rotated. The end. Oh, no, hold on. But what about after driving almost 25,000 kilometers in one trip across the entire country? Oh, not the entire country. I do apologize, Newfoundland. We'll get there. Battery degradation, worn tires and brakes. No, actually, everything checked out perfectly. They ran the whole diagnostic and wished me a happy winter and said they'd see me next year. Next, this one's the big one. Here we are in a festering FUD pool. Yeah, it's true. I got it. I can't get out of this one. My outrageous insurance rates on Thor. The damning insurance rates that will bankrupt me because, well, my EV truck is almost uninsurable, right? Survey says that's a flying 10 rating on the stinky crapometer. Here is the rate on a brand new 2024 gas F-150, comparably priced to my Flash in the province of British Columbia, Canada, using the same quote source, BCAA Online's quote, for both vehicles, entering exactly the same criteria. I went with the F-150 Lariat and I went with my Lightning Flash because their price points were almost identical. Lo and behold, for the exact same year, with the exact same terms and comparable price, the Lightning came out. What? That just got to be wrong. No, I did something wrong there. No, yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, how could that be? Doesn't make any sense. It's as if the fire, accident, replacement cost risks are somehow higher for the insurer on the gas truck versus the electric one. But that would mean that all that data being claimed as indisputable fact that we keep seeing on all those other anti-EV sites must somehow be like tainted somehow, as if specific numbers have been cherry-picked to try and make EVs look bad or something like that. It's this easy, people. Just call up your insurer and get a gas versus EV quote on whatever you're thinking of buying. Don't take my word for it because, I'm misleading you and guiding you down the dark path, the dark side towards world domination by the big green deep state enviro lords. Next! There's another one. We're getting near the end of the list. This is important though, because the last thing you want to do is watch all your money just vanish the moment you buy your F-150 Lightning, because it will. The cost of accelerated depreciation. EV trucks are a terrible investment and they'll plummet in value. If you're investing in vehicles, how do I say this nicely? You're investing in vehicles. Civilly, Simon. Try to say this civilly. You're a complete idiot. Vehicles are horribly depreciating assets. All of them. But don't you find it funny that the same fudchuckers are supposedly worried about the long-term reliability and viability of the batteries of EV trucks, but then they're telling you that you're going to lose more if you try to flip it right away. However, even with a caveat the size of Lower Manhattan, it just so happens that in 2024, the F-150 Lightning won the Best Resale Value Award. And Kelley Blue Book estimated the Ford F-150 Lightning has a projected 5-year resale value of 43.1% of its original MSRP. In comparison, the average 2024 model year vehicle of any type retains about 42% of its original value after 5 years. This is based on projections from Kelley Blue Book's KBB, Official Residual Value Guide, which is created by analyzing millions of transactions. So, even though you would be nuts to look at buying any vehicle and then selling it a year later or 2 years later and expecting not to lose your shorts, the Lightning isn't doing too shabby. So yeah, more complete bile from the orifices of fudsters. We're down to the second last one, and this one's a biggie because here I am, a Canadian, living in the north. This is going to get all of you. Canadians, beware of the misleading nature of people like me on the internet, putting you at risk because I haven't been exposed for the truth. And here's one of the biggest something. The cost of towing when the battery goes dead in the cold. This one truly is hard not to laugh at. But I'm misleading you. I know. Every morning when it's below freezing, I have to call a tow truck to jumpstart my, okay, yeah, no, I'm bullshitting you again. I push a frickin' button and I drive. Batteries don't go just dead. You know, they suck if not preconditioned as far as your range, but everybody who owns an EV plugs it in overnight, just like you do with an ICE vehicle with your block heater. And if the EV truck is already charged, it probably draws less than the block heater. All it has to do is keep the battery slightly warm, and then they operate at peak efficiency. But you don't have to. You simply got less range if you don't. But there's no cranking your EV truck. EV trucks just start winter or summer and require zero boost to turn them over because they don't turn over. Electrons simply flow to the electric motor and they go. The end. As you will see in upcoming videos that I strongly recommend you click the bell notification icon to get alerted about, we're going to show off a whole whack of EV trucks in the middle of winter, in the middle of the north, and do crazy winter crap with them to put this ridiculous FUD patty out to pasture once and for all. Stay tuned, that's coming. The last one. The truth finally comes out on charging and your life being wasted away. Yes, I cannot hide the reality of the cost you have to pay for the lost time of your life spent waiting for your EV truck to charge. Yes, when you drive across the entire country every week, tens of thousands of miles, because that's what you do every week, you'll be waiting ages to charge. What? Oh, you don't do that. Well, when you drive hundreds of kilometers every day, one way, pulling a flatbed with a front end loader in the middle of winter, back and forth to the Arctic, you'll be stranded for hours and days waiting for the, what? Sorry? Oh, you don't do that. Well, get on with it then. What are you doing with your truck? How are you driving it? How are you driving your truck? You go to the cabin once a month. You go to work 60 kilometers away, about 45 miles, and then back. And then you go to Walmart on the weekend for groceries. Okay, so if this sounds like you will never use a fast charger and you will never wait to charge. Every evening when you get home from work, you'll plug in your vehicle. Every morning, you'll wake up to a set target, full charge. And then you'll get on with your day. Never stopping at gas stations, never mind fast chargers. Most EV trucks achieve well over 300 miles of range. Some are topping in now, like 500 for crying out loud. Even over 250 miles in the winter. So if you're rarely driving over that, you'll never waste time at a fast charger. And for those times when you do, stop when you eat. No time will be wasted, and you'll save tons of money not buying gas. This is the only point that might have any merit from this comment from hell. But it is dependent on your personal use case. If you are like over 80% of us North American light-duty truck owners, you rarely tow, you rarely haul or go on long trips. For the other 20%, no problem. Buy a Silverado or Sierra EV with that huge range, or get a hybrid truck. No problem. Eco boost. Good for you, man. But for the other 80%, there's nothing holding you back. Nothing. So there we have it. I've been exposed as an EV truck fanboy because I am one. But I'm not spewing misinformation by not disclosing the truth. To all of you amazing trucked up guys and gals, you're smart and more than capable of challenging all the information and misinformation that gets pumped out there. Just know that some have an agenda, and also know that they know that many of you won't bother checking all of their FUD. But rest assured that I will. As always, thanks for watching.